Good morning, beautiful people. It is day 3. Welcome to day 3 of our journey, of the Fool's Journey. I'm going to go ahead and burn a little bit of sage here if I can competently light the lighter. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the energy of today. So I hope everybody's doing really great. I hope everybody's having fun. I mean, we're only 3 days in. There's been a lot of information in those first 3 cards. It's kind of crazy because when you're doing the Fool's Journey, you kind of go through, or when a lot of times when people are learning the tarot, they go straight through. They learn the major arcana cards first. They learn the pip cards, the minor arcana, and then they learn the court cards. We've just covered all 3 places in order, not in order, but just all 3 groups of cards were the first 3 cards on our adventure. And these are just drawn. Like I go in, I pull the card from like how I typically will do readings for myself and stuff. Like what is the order of cards that we need to go on this journey? And those first 3 cards have just kind of like, okay, we have 3 sections of your journal. We have the major arcana, the minor arcana, and the court cards. Done. So actually, you don't know that yet because today is day 3. And the card that we're going to talk about today is, hold on, let me grab that over here. We have, it's the 9 of Pentacles. This is the 9 of Pentacles. This is the Radiant Rider-Waite. So this has a lot of the traditional symbolisms of, like, you know, your regular Rider-Waite, except it's a little brighter. I like bright colors. Like, that's always what draws me to a deck, is how bright the colors are. And the Radiant Rider-Waite spoke to me more than just a traditional Rider-Waite. Now, Rider-Waite doesn't speak to me. That being said, I use it, you know, as to have a traditional foundation so that we can all be operating under the same, have the kind of the same background, because this is kind of where it started. The Rider-Waite, a big reason why the Rider-Waite is so popular is it was one of the first decks to actually use imagery, because for the longest time, like the tarot wasn't the big complete 78 card system that it is today. It was a deck of playing cards. They used numerology more than they used the images on the tarot. Over time, they realized that the energy was pretty consistent, and that if we are able to depict that energy in an image that, you know, speaks to people on a subconscious level, then it makes it more attainable. So you don't have to be a gypsy to know how to read tarot. You don't have to be a priest to know how to read tarot. You don't have to be like the religious, I don't know what you call it. You don't have to be that top religious person. You don't have to have a monopoly on your higher self. Like these religious leaders don't have to have a monopoly on your higher self. This gives you the keys to tap into your own subconscious, to learn a lot of the things that the great leaders had access to too. So anyway, the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles, according to Joan Bunning, she has 3 keywords. They are discipline, self-reliance, and refinement. This chick, I mean, she's enjoying the finer things in life. Can't really tell just by looking at it, because she's got a bird. She's got 9 pentacles. Pentacles are an earth element. Pentacles are about physicality, about material possessions. And so, and the higher up you go with the numbers, the more intense that energy becomes. So if we're just looking at it from that perspective, we're just looking at it from a numerological and elemental perspective, the picture becomes a little less relevant, right? 9, the Pentacles is about money, it's about wealth, it's about material possessions, it's about manifestation, it's about physical properties. 9 is kind of like it's coming up to a head, you know what I mean? Like it's the we're reaching the pinnacle of what this energy is. So discipline, self-reliance, refinement, making yourself better, taking time for self-care, self-improvement. Those are all some things that this card represents. Now, when we go to Ciro Marchetti's Gilded Tarot Royale, it's a similar image. I mean, you still have a woman, she's still got her bird, we still have her pentacles, she's still lavishly cloaked in some really nice, you know, Victorian threads. And so she's about, this is the same kind of situation. Now, Benabel Wen, under the Holistic Tarot, she uses the words independence, she uses, again, refinement, and she uses, what's that other word? I forgot that other word. It's in the description below. It's in the description below in terms of the words that she uses. But refinement is the word that is across both readers, both explanations. So when we talk about this card, we're talking about making yourself better. We're talking about self-care. Discipline is another word that comes up, and I think that's one of Joan's words, is discipline. It's like having the discipline to make yourself better. If you embark on a self-help journey or self-improvement journey or what have you, like, it takes discipline. You have to really, you know, talk yourself into doing the things that you need to do for you, especially if you're the only person. You know, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I am very externally motivated. And it's a challenge for me to do things for myself. This journey is great for me because I'm doing it for you, right? As long as I'm doing it for you, I'm motivated, right? I don't care. I know the tarot. Why am I doing this, right? But when I tell myself that I'm doing it for you, there's a level of discipline that kind of goes in there. So I feel like when I'm looking at this card, that's what it feels like to me. I feel like, you know, having the discipline to continue on with this journey is one of the things that I'm learning in this journey. So I ask you, like, how is this playing out in your life? How is discipline playing out? This is the card of the day. This is the energy for today. How is it playing out in your life? Are you neglecting the self-care? Are you putting off the things that you know that you need to do for you? Like, what's happening? How is this energy playing out in your life? So that's what we've got going on here with Chiara Marchetti's Gilded Tarot Royale. So let's check out Robin Scott's interpretation of this energy. Robin Scott is the author of the Urban Tarot, and we've been kind of working with that. I'm learning just as much as you guys are through going through this deck, because I mean, you guys are working on your own decks, and I picked the Urban Tarot as the new deck that I'm learning with. This is the 9 of Discs in the Urban Tarot. Take a second, look at that. What do we have? It's a woman. She's got her cucumbers on her eyes. She just got her hair did. She's in a hot tub. She is relaxed. Now you can't see it because I have my finger over it. But the Urban Tarot actually gives us a word down here, gain. How do you think gain plays into the energy of the 9 of Pentacles? When you engage in self-care, you gain something, don't you? When you take time out for yourself, you gain something, don't you? When you're doing what you need to do for you, you're gaining something, aren't you? And so I think with this, with Robin Scott's interpretation of the Urban Tarot, that's kind of what we get. We kind of get this sense of gain. We get a sense of making yourself better, right? You gain some freedom, you gain some peace, you cultivate some time and energy for yourself. So that's what we're looking at here. That's what we're looking at here. That's an interesting way. This is more of a relaxation. It's funny because, like, when I look at the picture, I don't see gain, but I see relaxation. You know what I mean? I have a book somewhere, and I don't know where my book went to this particular deck, so I feel like I'm literally going on this fool's journey blind because I don't have the book. So I feel like whatever connections I make with this tarot, they're mine, you know, or ours, right? You guys are learning right along with me. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys. That is the energy for today. So when you guys pull out your journal and you start writing some things down, I left lots of good notes in the description below for you guys to have some thoughts to ponder as you are writing your descriptions. But I hope that that finds you well. I'm going to burn another little lick of sage here. I like to keep the energy clear. Plus, it helps you guys. You may not realize it, but when you watch this video and you see the smoke and the sage, ooh, just about burnt myself up there. When you guys see the smoke and the sage coming through, that's clearing your energy, it's clearing your aura. Like, there's a lot of good stuff happening here. And so I send you guys all of the love. Here's a bowl ding for you all as well. Hope you guys have a really awesome day. Thank you guys so much for watching my vids, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love and light. Bye now.